Welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Elizabeth Manning. Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at the stories we have for you today. LMU is proud to announce that One Health Program Director of the College of Veterinary Medicine, Dr. Gary Vrajendui, has been appointed Chair of the World Organization for Animal Health, OIE Ad Hoc Group on Biological Threat Reduction. The OIE is an organization that works to make sure national veterinary services throughout the world are effective in preventing and controlling animal diseases. Dr. Vrajendui will be part of the Biological Threat Reduction Group, whose main focus is investigating suspicious biological events. LMU is fortunate to have individuals like Dr. Vrajendui who represent the university at a national and international level when it comes to public health and continue to bring excellence to the vet program. This past Sunday, Knoxville held its 4th annual Successful Asian Festival. Market Square in Crutch Park was filled with people enjoying music, food, and partaking in Asian culture traditions. Executive Director and Festival Creator Kumi Alderman started this festival 4 years ago because she was inspired to help expose East Tennessee to a variety of Asian cultures. Alderman has seen immense success in just 4 short years. The very first festival only had about 30 tents. This past Sunday, that had close to 200 spread across Market Square and a big crowd enough to pack them all. Attendees were able to enjoy featured music from tons of groups and 30 tents dedicated exclusively to serving Asian cuisines from countries like Japan, China, Korea, and among others. An estimated crowd of about 30,000 took part in the festival that decorated the streets of Knoxville and welcomed Asian culture. Now let's take a look at your community calendar events coming up over the next couple of weeks. Tennessee Highway Patrol will be directing a driver's license roadside safety check in Claiborne County. The week August 27th through September 2nd, the safety check will be held on Highway 58. Tennessee Highway Patrol will like to not only enforce the driver's license laws of Tennessee by conducting these roadside safety checkpoints, but also ensure the safety of all motorists. 2017 Claiborne County Fair will be August 28th through September 2nd. Gates open at 5 p.m. daily. Admission is $12. There will be music, lawnmower pull, Ferris to the Fair pageant, and demolition derby, antique and modified tractor and truck pull. For more information, visit www.claibornecountyfair.com. The Bell County Cooperative Extension Service is having a Try It Tuesday class on August 29th at 1 p.m. at the Bell County Extension Office. Please bring a t-shirt as the participants will be making bags out of them. For more information or to register, call 606-337-2376. Bell County Farm Field Day will be on September 1st starting at 9 a.m. at the Bell County Fairgrounds at 4 Mile. The event will end with a free lunch. The program includes feral hog management, equipment safety, hay quality, and a petting zoo. For more information, call Stacy Watt at 606-337-2376. That's a look at the LMU Community TV calendar, but stay with us as coming up after the break, Brandon Burke will let you know about high school scores from last week and more in sports here on LMU Community TV News.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah. Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It's good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Welcome back. It was another wild weekend in the world of high school football on Friday, with Week 2 action in the states of Tennessee and Kentucky, and Virginia's opening kickoff taking place as well. Now that most squads in the tri-state area have grasped a taste of competition in the 2017 regular season campaign, let's take a look at your final scores from this past weekend on the gridiron. In Tennessee, the Claiborne Bulldogs bounced back from a disappointing showing the previous week in a shutout loss to Oneida to get the better of the Middlesboro Yellow Jackets at home by the score of 32-15, dropping MHS's overall record to 0-2. The Panthers of Cumberland Gap have raced out of the gates to open up the regular season, beginning 2017 with a 2-0 mark for the first time since 2012, dropping the Hancock County Indians on the road 38-7. The Campbell County Cougars have also posted an early 2-0 overall record with a tight victory at David Crockett, defeating the Pioneers 37-35 in Jonesboro. The Granger Grizzlies, 1 week after sitting out the 2017 opening weekend in Tennessee, started the regular season off on the right foot, besting the Tigers of Pigeon Forge 34-28 in a close one on the road. The Jellicoe Blue Devils, meanwhile, were thwarted yet again, this time at home. 1 week after coming up on the losing end of a blowout at Williamsburg, the Oakdale Eagles dominated the Blue Devils in Jellicoe 46-14. And lastly, in the Volunteer State, the streak is finally over as the Union County Patriots snapped a state-long 28-game losing skid to defeat Cosby by the defensive battle of 6-0. In Kentucky, the return of head coach Dudley Hilton to the Bell County sideline has produced back-to-back home triumphs, with the Bobcats grabbing win number 2 in 2017 over Letcher County Central 28-7. And the Mountain Lions of Pineville shook off their shaky start last week in a road loss to Leslie County to win their first home meeting of the regular season, defeating Jackson County 28-8. And lastly, in Virginia, the Lee Generals couldn't hang at home versus the Vikings of Tennessee High, falling to 0-1 on the year with a 37-7 loss, while the Thomas Walker Pioneers also came up short over the weekend as the West Green Buffaloes dominated at home by the score of 44-14. And that is a look at all of the Week 2 action from tri-state area football in what was another weekend full of chaotic meetings and showcasing affairs. The Tennessee Smokies, although highly likely to miss out on the 2017 postseason, looked impressive over the weekend following the conclusion of a road series in Montgomery, grabbing a 2-0 series lead in a 5-game road trip against the Birmingham Barons. Tennessee was clearly feeling the effects of their previous road meeting with the Chattanooga Lookouts, the top dog in the Southern League North standings, when they traveled to Montgomery last Monday to face off against the Biscuits. Still reeling from the grueling series against Chattanooga, a 5-game set that saw the Smokies only grab 1 victory despite taking the divisional leaders to their limit, Tennessee didn't have the most aspiring series of matchups against Montgomery on the road. The Biscuits proved to have the Smokies' number in the 2017 regular season, as the last time the two divisional foes met in Kodak, the visitors blew Tennessee out of the water for 5 consecutive victories en route to a crowd-silencing performance. After snatching a 5-1 triumph in last Monday's Game 1, Montgomery suffered a minor setback when the Smokies finally saw a contest that edged in their favor, putting the hometown club away 4-3, withstanding a late Biscuit rally. The remaining 3 outings in the 5-game series would all gravitate back towards Montgomery's favor, however, as back-to-back W's, the first of which being an 8-7 battle with the latter a 4-3 close contest, clinched the set for the Biscuits and dropped Tennessee further down the Southern League North standings. On Friday, the story would continue for the Smokies as the Biscuits capped off the final Game 5 with a steady 6-2 triumph, making way for Tennessee's 3rd consecutive defeat. Montgomery powered home all 6 runs in unanswered fashion after just 3 innings of play, leaving the Smokies with too big of a hole to attempt to climb out of. After coming up with a 4-1 series defeat with plenty of close finishes and some games that went just the opposite, all that was left for Tennessee to do was simply move on to the next series. In what will be the final road trip of the 2017 season for the Smokies, the Birmingham Barons awaited the same team that once led the Southern League North before the All-Star break, but has since slumped down the divisional standings with no postseason trip to show for it. Nonetheless, Tennessee has since made the most of their last 5-game set away from home, sending the message that they won't stop competing no matter the league's standings, defeating the Barons in their first 2 meetings on Saturday and Sunday. In Game 1 from Regions Field in Birmingham, the Smokies would take out their frustrations on the Barons' defensive unit, exploding for 15 total hits en route to a commanding 10-3 victory, grabbing a much-needed W. By the time that Birmingham posted their second score of the evening in the bottom of the 8th period, the damage had already been done, with the Smokies cruising to their first convincing win in quite some time. Tennessee followed up their impressive showing on Saturday with another equal scoring burst in Game 2, although not quite up to the standards of the previous day. Facing a 2-0 deficit entering the top of the 6th inning in Birmingham, the Smokies would erupt for 4 scores in 2 periods, allowing the visitors to ride out the rest of the evening with a comfortable 4-2 victory. The 5-game series against the Barons will continue on this Monday evening for Game 3, with the remaining 2 matchups soon to follow. All 3 outings will have an opening start time of 8:05 p.m. And to find out if Tennessee can keep it up on the road and approach the end of the series with a grasp on the Barons, you can visit www.smokiesbaseball.com. The National Football League's 2017 preseason schedule resumed over the weekend, with all 32 NFL squads participating in matchups before the official season opener early in September. Kicking things off on Thursday was the Carolina Panthers, who snatched a road victory from the Jacksonville Jaguars by the score of 24-23, bouncing back from a road loss at Tennessee the previous week for their second W of the preseason. On Saturday, the Atlanta Falcons dropped their 3rd straight outing, this time hosting an opponent for the first time in the 2017 preseason, eventually falling to the Arizona Cardinals 24-14, becoming one of only 3 NFL teams to post a preseason mark of 0-3, joining the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. The following afternoon, the Cincinnati Bengals dropped their second contest of the preseason to the Washington Redskins, coming up short on the road 23-17, while later on in the day, the Titans of Tennessee couldn't complete the feat of grabbing consecutive home victories, losing to the Chicago Bears by the score of 19-7. Only one more week of preseason action awaits the 32 NFL squads before the official season-opening kickoff on Thursday, September the 7th. And this past Saturday was the fight of the century from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, as one of the most highly anticipated matchups in boxing history took place, a battle that was years in the making. One of the most decorated competitors in the sports history books, undefeated Floyd Money Mayweather, would take on UFC light heavyweight champion Conor McGregor in an explosion of 2 polarizing combat figures. Only a few short months ago, just the thought of the world's 2 biggest larger-than-life athletes squaring off toe-to-toe with each other would have been pure lunacy. However, there Mayweather and McGregor stood in the middle of the ring with all eyes watching to see one of the most prize-worthy fights in history. The numbers simply spoke for themselves heading into the big money fight, as Mayweather boasted a reputation unlike any other boxer of this generation, recording a 49-0 unblemished record thanks in part to a total of 26 knockouts since turning professional in 1996. On the other hand, McGregor was making his pro boxing debut against the best fighter on the planet, although the Irishman had his fair share of success in the world of mixed martial arts. In a sight that was truly a surreal moment of 2 icons facing off against one another, Mayweather avoided the backlash of the possible greatest upset in combat sports history by emerging victorious via TKO over McGregor in the 10th round, improving to 50-0 all-time, likely headed to retirement. In what was the premier fight of the 21st century, Floyd Mayweather proved that when the bright lights shined in the main